Hello everyone, the Honest Collector here to give you the truth on the Mafex Zack Snyder's Justice League Batman, the tactical suit from the Snyder Cut. And I've wanted this figure for a while. I thought it looked really good, and then I was kind of worried about it being a live action figure, how the articulation would be, and all that stuff. But I'm really excited to go over this review. I'm gonna try and not spoil it, but this is very exciting for me. Also, it's really exciting to be able to do my stop motion series with these 6-inch figures again, being able to aim for that high quality feel and everything because I want to put a lot of care into this series. And this is a Batman that I definitely do need. And this movie, although I can acknowledge it's not the greatest, it does mean a lot to me personally. I'm very excited for the stuff that they're doing with the DCU now, but it's nice that we got this just to look back on. It's a good piece of history. So, taking a look at the box itself, everything's gray. I don't really like that. I never liked that look for Zack Snyder. I mean, he probably liked the look, but I don't. I think it's a really nice box. Like, this looks amazing. If we just got the rest of the box like this to display it like that, that would be great. I do keep most of my import boxes, so I'm gonna have to find space for it now. But it's an okay box. It honestly, this is probably the only one that I'm really depending or just kind of like debating whether I keep this or not. But this looks really cool here. The back of the box always looks so cool. So enough about that. We're just gonna go over the figure. He doesn't have these exact colors as you'll see here. It's not like 1-to-1. It's definitely brightened up a little bit or perfect lighting in every little bit. But it definitely still is a beauty to look at. And with good lighting, it looks truly beautiful. So let's take a look at all the accessories this guy comes with because this is the newest version. So he comes with quite a lot of stuff. So let's get to it. Okay, so taking a look at this guy's accessories, first up, I'm just going to pan up to this stand here. We do get the regular Mafex arm and clamp here, so that's good. You get this piece here, which actually has a really important function that I'll show later. And then he also does have the hook piece. And then he's also going to get this one here that looks like this. So taking a look at the actual accessories that this guy has here, we get a head that has the goggles on, which I know a lot of people don't like. I think that they should have made the goggles white. I think if they made the goggles white and gave us those white eyes, that would have been amazing. But just a suggestion. And then we also do have a screaming head here, which looks a little weird. I don't know why they don't just do like, I mean, I guess it works. Like, it works with characters like Daredevil and like Frank or like Punisher. But I don't know. This one looks a little weird, but I do like it. I do like it. It just kind of looks like he's gasping for air a little more. Then we do have the Bruce Wayne unmasked head sculpt and then the swappable neck as well, which looks really good here. This head sculpt looks amazing. I do want to do it justice by just zooming in. That likeness to Ben Affleck is amazing. The 5 o'clock shadow, like the stubble he has, looks a lot better in person. I might just have to switch this over here and put it under some harsh lighting for you to really take a good look at it. But it does look really good, and I absolutely love it. So that looks really nice. And then also going back here, we do get a ton of hands, which I will have to actually show you like what they're for, because these ones are for the holding the cape. These ones are for the gun that he does have, which I will be displaying, or I will be showing that on camera. Then he also is going to have the other gripping hands, which is to hold the gun by the end point, like right here. And then he does have open, splaying, posing hands. He does have just regular gripping hands for the grappling hook for both of them here. And then he does have these open hands here, which are for the little detonator bombs he has, which are right here. And I'll show you what it looks like in his hand as well, because honestly, once you just take this out, it's just gonna kind of like, I don't even know what these hands are for. You do get 4 batterings. You technically get 3, and then you get one with this little peg hole, or not peg hole, but like this little like, socket for a joint to go into. Because of this stand right here, you can just push this in, which it's supposed to snap on. There we go, just kind of pushes in there. This stand came off a little bit. This is nice, but it just looks very clunky, but you can move this around, so that is nice. And then this does also come off here. This is for the smoke bomb, because one of them, please be this one, it's not this one. One of them has a hole, so that way you can actually attach it to this part as well, but I do want to show you that with the Mafex stand, this clear piece right here, you can attach this to there. And of course, if you really wanted to, put that there, make it look like he's throwing it. You can put this here on this side. And there you go. You can place Batman like somewhere on here and then have him throw the Batarang, which is really cool. So that is nice. And then, yeah, like I said, you can just pop this off, take this little smoke bomb or detonator or whatever it is, and just boom, right there, which looks fabulous. And then also this moves around too for all of you stop motion users. So yeah, that's going to be cool. We get two of them, one of them that has the hole and then the other one that doesn't. So that way, if you just want it to look not like it just has that huge hole in there, you don't have to make it look like that. But that is really nice. So that's really cool. The Batarangs look amazing here. Let me try and pick these up. These are very small, and guys, be proud of me. I didn't lose them. So yeah, this looks really nice. All the details there, definitely really, really nice looking. I absolutely love the way the Batarangs look for the DCEU Batman, and they just did it very nicely. And then he is going to come with this like laser gun that he does use against the parademons, which have a really nice blue metallic shiny paint, which looks wonderful, and amazing sculpt work all throughout. It does have some griminess to it, which is really nice to see, but it does also have that marbly plastic look, which is not usual for Mafex, so that's interesting, but I don't really mind it. We do also get his grappling hook, which I love. I do not have a grappling hook for Batman yet, but now I do, and this one looks really, really good, properly sized and everything. This one does look really nice too because it has an extra little bit at the end here. And then this one has that as well, and it is swappable, so you can swap it with either one. So just taking a look at the actual head that this guy has on him and comes out of the package with, he also does come with two punching hands. That Ben Affleck head sculpt of the goggles up looks wonderful. I think the eyes should be placed down a little more. They're very far up, and it makes it hard to see them properly. There we go. Now you can see them, but you can see there's a whole lot of what looks like black eye paint and like I guess like in canon or in the actual film. So that's why that looks so weird to me. You're just gonna think that his eyes are completely black, which isn't the case, but because the eyes are almost looking up, that looks super odd. And even on the back of the box, it's very, very well done to where those eyes are just looking at you. So that's really nice on the box, but of course, you know, in person, it's not exactly the same deal. But that's not a huge complaint that I have. That's just something that I did notice and something that I don't exactly like. And I think people will definitely want to know that when getting it in hand. All right, so let's get on to the look of this guy, and if you couldn't tell, it is amazing. And if you don't like this suit, the way the suit looks, you're not gonna like the figure. But if you were okay of it, or I can't speak, if you were okay with it or a fan of it, then you're definitely gonna understand what I'm saying when I say this looks beautiful. It is absolutely amazing, covered in detail, in accuracy. Well, not in accuracy, but in full accuracy. Like, this thing is so nice and detailed and everything like that. It's soft textured where it should be, hard texture where it should be, and like, for example, the bat signal here, like the bat symbol, there's a little bit there, but not too much. It's a lot more rigid on like the ab section, and here at the crotch piece, the legs, all the parts where you see the original exposed suit, it really is just a bunch of armor that's like actually tacked on, which I love. You could see a lot of the original suit poking through, which I think it's why I like this suit so much, because there is a lot of armor, but in places where it kind of needs to be, and like the thighs and everything like that, the shins, the whole chest and everywhere here, the shoulder pads, all that stuff looks so nice. And Batman's definitely worked with more tactical stuff before. Some people even prefer it rather than like a more Nightfall look or classic look or Brave and the Bold or whatever like that. So this is just, it really works for me. I think this looks really great because all of the paint and everything like that, like they didn't skip out anywhere. On the back, I mean, it's like kind of more boring, but still there's a lot of texture work and paint where it should be for the black and everything like that. There's a lot of different finishes going on. You have more of a matte finish, satin. You got some gloss to it because it's more like a silver metal-y kind of look. You get a lot of scratches and everything, detail just everywhere. And it's not me really gushing about the figure. There's just a lot of different details to point out. So it looks a little like withered and kind of worn out a little bit, but not like dirty. We get a really nice pleathered cape, although in my opinion, I will say it is kind of too much cape. Like this is a lot of cape. It's got a little bit of a hush issue going on because there's no wire except for the endpoints. So when you try and pose it, even if you try and make it look very aerodynamic and windswept and stuff, this is just going to always flap down, and that kind of does suck. You can get it to still look really nice in certain like poses and everything like that, but still, it is definitely annoying, and I do wish that it's something that highlights itself a lot when you're posing your figure, this one specifically. So I just really wish that it could capture a lot more of like a dynamic look in the middle part here, because this is just straight pleather and like a soft but like still nice material on the inside. It does drape over the shoulders nicely. I do really like that, and obviously because it's bendy, it's gonna get out of the way, but that's more for articulation. We'll hold up there. And yeah, so everything else looks really good. I don't really know if there's actually anything else to say about the aesthetic here. But yeah, so let's just go on to the articulation. It's going to be, this always falls off super easily, but the head range is going to be good. He looks up this far, which isn't bad. I think that's pretty good. And then he's going to look this far down at the head and neck. You are going to get your tilt. So really good range all around. This is just very nice without doing too much here. So that's really good. And then obviously turning side to side is going to be there. And then for the arms, like I showed you, moving all the way around, you get kind of like a butterfly joint. It's a little stuck on this one, but in this one, oh my goodness. But yeah, so moving forward is not going to be a lot. It's not much of a point for it, but at least it doesn't mess up the sculpt at all. So it's more nice for adjusting and adjustment poses here. The arms do a full T-pose here, which is good. And then you are going to get okay, the original shoulder actually used a ball joint and then like a cap, like this was a cap over it, and that was not as good. And even when using the better like system, it's still okay. So I wish they did make it go up a little more, but I definitely understand because of the shoulder pad. So anyways, we do get a good bicep swivel here. Your double jointed elbows are not going to work the best, but just as much as you would want it to. So then you do get the regular ball hinges and stuff like that for the wrists. So that's good. And then for your torso here, my goodness, this top joint is so tight. I'm not breaking it at all, but it can barely crunch forward. I mean, it can, the range is there, but it is so, oh my goodness, it's like hurting my fingers. That thing is freaking rough to get down there. Great figure. With both joints, this is how much crunch you're going to get. I'm going to put this back on because that's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, both torsos crunching, that's how much crunch you're going to get, which is really good. That's really nice articulation, especially with the bottom joint there. But my gosh, is this difficult. The belt is connected in the back, not in the front. I don't know why they keep doing that. Just connect it to the bottom here. Make it part of the diaper piece because it's going to want to go up constantly, which looks really bad. Just pull it down as you put the torso down. And then going back, I know this is probably scaring so many people. Trust me, I've tested this already, and it's fine. But this is how far he goes back, which is great if the top torso was forgiving. There's absolutely no scuffing or scratching on this guy, though, with the torso. And thankfully, then we do get good side to side, like really good side to side, heavily relying on that, on this bottom joint here. Moving the top joint with it, I don't even know if I really can right now, but we're just gonna, really good range to the side too. So all around good diaphragm joint and good waist joint there. So for the legs, because the diaper piece is super squishy, we do get a really nice leg kick up because we also do have those drop down hips, which definitely drop down. My goodness, kicking up that far. So with that torso crunch, it's going to be really good. I will do it again for you guys. Really nice crunch there, really nice folding in. That's just wonderful, especially for such a tactical suited Batman. So that's really good. Just give me a moment, bear with me. With the thighs, You are going to get a designated thigh swivel, which is wonderful because they cut out enough space of the butt cheek to give it its proper rotation. So that is amazing. Full twist right there. You're going to get less of a twist inward, but that's just because we can't really move like that, or so I don't really mind, or we shouldn't be. So that's good. Double jointed knees. Oh, they look very ugly, man. They look hideous. This is probably one of the worst knee joints I've seen on a Mafex figure. It looks super chunky, bulky, and ugly, and like as if Marvel Legends handled it. So that is not great. Just a huge cliff right there. That is also going to be the case on the elbow as well. So if that does bug you, then that, you know, that will sway your opinion. But that is, I mean, the range is decent. The range is not bad. And oh my goodness, does this guy have a butt on it? Okay, anyways. So he does have a good ankle swivel here because of the ball joint system, and then good range down. Okay, range up. I would like to see it go a little more, maybe hitting that shin piece right there, but no. Toe articulation is horrible. This is not how you do a toe joint. You don't want to separate it like this, and you also don't want to make it barely work. You're also going to want to put it a little further back at least, but it should be at the widest part of the foot, and you can just see that's just not where it is. It's more right here. So that's unfortunate. They screwed up the toe joint really, really bad, which I actually do use toe joints in my posing, so that does kind of suck. But overall, the articulation, despite fighting me, is really good. Just to show you guys what the laser gun looks like, I don't know what it's called, but just to show you what it looks like, this is the hand that I was telling you about. That's gonna be this one right here. That's in this hand, or that's what this hand is, holding that. And then obviously you want to get the widest trigger finger hand to hold this right here, and you're gonna put it, obviously, finger on the trigger through this little hole that's through that gun right there, and there you go. Which actually, okay, I don't like Batman using guns, but this does look cool. Him using this to kind of, I guess because it's like more like fighting off like the alien demons and stuff like that. I'm not a Batman gun fan. I'm never gonna display him with this, but if you do like that, it does look cool. Looks pretty nice. So yeah, pretty sick. And then this is the detonator bomb here, and this is the hand to hold it. It's gonna have a huge groove and a little circle right on the inside there, so that's the indicator for that hand. And then you're just gonna wedge it in, which it is pretty difficult because of how tightly gripped the hands are in the beginning, but that's what he looks like holding this little bomb piece right here, which is really cool. And yeah. Now doing some size comparisons, here's how he stands next to the Dark Knight Returns Mafex Superman and the Dark Knight Returns Mafex Batman. Here's how he stands next to the Isekai Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn. And here's how he also stands next to the Mafex Hush Nightwing. Here's how he stands next to the SH Figure Arts Movie Flash figure and next to Mezco Red Hood. Here's how he stands next to the Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Deathstroke, and of course, next to the Sonic the Hedgehog Movie 3 figure, Sonic. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on this figure? It's definitely a good one. I honestly really do enjoy it. Most of the articulation is good. The elbows are good. The shoulders are good. The torso is great. And so are the legs. The ankles are kind of weak, and then the toe joint is bad, but everything else, like the head articulation is good too, and the figure looks absolutely stunning. If you're a fan of this suit, this is definitely the best way to represent it on your shelf, unless InArt makes one. But no, this is the best way to represent this suit on your shelf. For, you know, if you're passionate about the Snyder Cut, if you're passionate about just this Batman, what it means, if you resonated with this, you are going to be happy with this depiction of this figure on your shelf here. This looks amazing. You can see with all the other figures that I got going on here, part of the, you know, the only parts of this 6-inch Justice League that I have. So this is amazing. I absolutely love this figure, and I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. So I know it's a pretty high rating, but this guy really is good for what it is. Definitely, I guess there's things that could be better about it. Like, I really do want to give it a higher score, believe it or not, but I'm looking at some things that are just, you know, it didn't quite get there, but it definitely needs to be praised because this is what an import figure should be. The accessories are great, articulation's great, the sculpt and paint and everything, there's so much detail in it. This is amazing. So yeah, with that being said, a 9.5 out of 10 is going to be my final rating. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please give this video a like. And if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so I can give you the truth on the next figure. But don't forget, spread peace, love, and please be greater together. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.